I never imagined those words would come from her. Not after everything we'd been through together. It was an ordinary Thursday night. The kids were tucked in, the dishes were done, and the house had that rare, comforting quiet that only comes after a long day. I sat next to her on the couch, the space between us feeling wider than it looked. I'd felt the shift for weeks. Her smile no longer reached her eyes. Her laughter had become scarce, especially at my jokes. And whenever I tried to hold her hand, she'd subtly pull away. At first, I chalked it up to stress, work, parenting, life. But eventually, it stopped feeling like circumstance and started feeling like rejection. That night, I found the courage to ask her, "Is everything okay between us?" My voice was low, hesitant. She didn't look up from her phone, just shrugged and said, "Why wouldn't it be?" I told her I felt her drifting, not to accuse, but to reconnect. Instead of meeting me halfway, she leaned back, cold and unreadable. Then she said it. "If you're not happy, you can leave." It felt like a blow to the chest. I froze, unsure if I'd really heard her, but she didn't repeat it. She didn't have to. I stared at her, tried to decipher whether it was anger, indifference, or resignation. 9 years of marriage, 2 children, a home, memories. We had built a life together. And yet, with that one sentence, she made it seem like none of it mattered. Trying to stay calm, I asked, "Why would you say that?" She walked to the kitchen, not angrily, just tired. "I'm tired of being the bad guy," she said. "Pour in a glass of water. You overthink everything." I followed her, my chest still heavy. "I'm not attacking you," I said quietly. "I'm just trying to talk." She rolled her eyes. "You always talk, but it's never enough, is it?" That night, I didn't sleep beside her, not because she told me not to, but because I couldn't bring myself to. The couch felt cold, but not as cold as the space between us. The following days passed like we were stuck on autopilot. We did the things that needed doing. School runs, groceries, chores. But the warmth was gone. Her words kept echoing in my head. Did she really mean it? Did she want me to go? Or was it something she said just to push me away? One morning, after the usual routine of breakfast and packing school lunches, I sat across from her while she scrolled on her phone. "We need to talk." "Properly," I said. She sighed. "Again?" "Yes, again." I answered, steady but hurting, because I'm not ready to give up. She put the phone down, finally meeting my eyes. "What do you want me to say?" "Something real," I said. "Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you still care." She paused for a long moment, then whispered, "I don't know." Strangely, it was the most honest thing I'd heard from her in weeks. I leaned back, feeling both sadness and relief. "Then that's where we start," I told her, "with what we don't know." She stared into her coffee. "I don't know if I want to fix it." The silence after that said more than any argument ever could. I began going on long walks in the evenings, trying to sort through my thoughts. She noticed but didn't say anything. One night, I came home later than usual and found her waiting on the couch. "Are you leaving?" she asked quietly. "Not yet," I replied. She nodded slowly, like she understood. A week later, I suggested counseling. She refused, said it wouldn't help. That hurt, but I didn't let it stop me. I began therapy on my own. I needed clarity, not just about her, but about myself, my patterns, my pain. Time passed. We became polite, civil, distant, like strangers wearing the masks of a married couple. Then one night, she brought me a cup of tea. A small gesture, but it caught me off guard. "Thanks," I said, surprised. She nodded and sat beside me, closer than she had in a long time. "Do you remember when we first met?" she asked. "Of course," I replied. That night, we talked for over an hour. About the past, the kids, our dreams. It didn't fix everything, but it cracked the ice. We started talking more, not always easily. Sometimes we argued, sometimes we laughed, but we were finally facing each other again. One night I asked her, "Do you still mean it, what you said that day?" She looked away. "No," she said. "I was angry." "Angry or scared?" I asked gently. Her voice trembled. "Both. Scared of losing myself. of not knowing how to love you the right way anymore. I reached for her hand, and this time she didn't pull away. Healing didn't come in a single moment. It came slowly, unevenly. But something shifted that night. We stopped trying to fix the old version of our relationship and began building a new one, brick by brick. Because love isn't just about staying when it's easy. It's about choosing each other, especially when it's hard. And I'm glad I stayed. Because deep down, she didn't really want me to leave. She just didn't know how to ask me to stay.